Hello, ghost hunters. Can you say new content? We've been waiting for this update, and finally, it is here. The developer dropped a hint at a surprise in the update a week ago, and on Friday, just as was rumored and I suspected, not only do we get 2 new ghost types, we also get a new map. So let's start with the thing we're all really interested in. Willow Street is a small map with a unique twist. This map doesn't have any lockers or closets. The developer intentionally designed this map so that players would need to use furniture to hide from the ghost. I'd guess that is at least in part why the developer created glass doors. My personal opinion on this map is that it is very appealing and well designed despite its off-center front door. Currently, the lights outside the house are on even when the power is off. I'm not sure if this is a design choice by the developer or a bug, but the layout of the house is indeed organized in such a way that there are multiple hiding spots throughout the house. And as a bonus, he threw in a Voodoo Doll. This is free money every time you ghost hunt in this location. The second big change is the new ghost types, the Hantu and the Yokai. I already covered these ghosts in this video here. While the Yokai is kind of bland and doesn't appear to be that exciting of a ghost, the Hantu is actually a formidable ghost. The Hantu is a lot like the Revenant. You'll remember that the Revenant is a very fast ghost, but it's also a very slow ghost. The Revenant is only fast when it can see a player, and it's extremely slow when players are hidden. The Hantu's speed is affected by the temperatures of the location. In other words, if your power is on, the ghost will be slow, and if the power is off, the ghost will be fast. Very fast. As for the Yokai, its special trait is that it doesn't hear people that are far away from it, and while our journals will say that the ghost can only hear voices that are close to it during a hunt, I personally believe this might be true outside of the hunting phase. In my own experiences, finding this ghost in a large location is difficult. This update is only on the beta and therefore could possibly be a bit buggy. The point of the beta is to test stuff out before pushing it to live, so maybe this will change. But my own experiences with the ghost seem to support this idea. Other changes came with this update as well. They include changes to your daily challenges and include a 3-star photo of the ghost and a photo of dirty water. There's also a bad word filter now for usernames and room names. There were fixes to teleports that drop you in the van, although from my experience, this doesn't quite seem to work yet. Also, a sell button was supposedly added, but it looks like that was already removed due to some buggy issues. But I suspect it will be back. The map in the truck now tells you in what location you are, and of course there's several other minor changes. There are 2 somewhat bigger changes that I wanted to cover. First, the prison truck is now closer to the door. It's not a whole lot closer, but hey, I'll take what I can get. I don't know who was driving that truck, but it's about time that they learn to park a bit closer to the door, especially in an empty parking lot. Second is my only real complaint about this update. All of us have maps we don't like as much as others. I even did a poll about this a while ago, and surprisingly, people overwhelmingly like the houses more than they like the large locations. I think this update has made the high school by far drop to my least favorite spot. This update included a change for the high school, which I personally feel makes it an extremely difficult place to ghost hunt. The problem is, this area now covers several rooms, and the ghosts will interact, leave evidence, and do all sorts of things all over their large areas. So where do you hide when you don't know which of the 6 rooms the ghost is going to spawn in for the hunt? Where do you place cameras to spot ghost orbs when the ghost is all over several rooms? How do you smudge a ghost when you don't know which of 3 classrooms and 2 bathrooms it is in? If this is the way the developer wants the high school to work, then the areas need to be much smaller. They currently cover way too much area and result in many deaths for myself and my teammates. We spent entirely too much time trying to smudge or trying to find orbs or trying to get EMF. A phone would ring, so we'd shuffle to that room to check for EMF only to hear a sink turn on across the hall in a bathroom. So we'd shuffle there only to hear a door open in a classroom 3 doors down. I am hopeful that since this is still beta, that the feedback from players will prompt the developer to make the high school an enjoyable location to ghost hunt in, rather than the death trap that he has created. One final change made in this update involves the smudge sticks. You may have noticed that it smokes for a lot less time, so let me clarify what has actually happened. The developer has changed the time that the smudge stick visually smokes to match the time that the smudge stick is actually active. This doesn't mean that the smudge stick was nerfed, and it doesn't mean that it won't prevent a hunt for a period of time after a smudge. This change was to help players know when the smudge stick is active, and I would guess so that when they smudge a hunting ghost, they'll know that they have truly smudged the ghost. This should prevent players from feeling like the smudge stick isn't working correctly when a ghost is hunting them. As far as updates go, most of this one is actually really good. I do love the new map, and I do like the 2 new ghost types. Have you tried out the beta update? What did you like most? Did you find any bugs? Did you get a chance to encounter the 2 new ghost types? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and as always, happy hunting.